Welcome back, watch fans, and you need to be aware of this incredible scam that's happening in the vintage watch market. That's right, the vintage watch market. There are predators, grifters, and hubcap thieves out there trying to steal your children's hubcap and tuition money. Now, let me tell you one of the big things that you need to keep your eye on, which is recycling trends. Okay, and this also, not only what I'm going to teach you here, not only are you going to prevent yourself from getting ripped off and losing all your children's lunchbox money, no, I'm going to teach you how to take advantage of this and make huge and bigly money. And the way it works is like this, right? We see the same thing happening in the art market. Okay, the art market and the vintage watch market are now starting to operate in many of the kind of the same ways, right? So what happens in art, right? Every, 10 years or so, whatever it is, right? You know, you have these grifter dealers and galleries who figure, look, we need some fresh merchandise. We need some fresh merchandise to sell to the window lickers, right? So what do? They go through the old back catalog. So, right now, the hottest stuff is art by women artists. From I would say the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. That's right, women artists. By the way, you couldn't give away paintings by women artists. 10 years ago, it was dead. Okay, and now women artists, prices are exploding, right? So what these guys do is they try to buy up an estate. They try to buy not one painting. What these grifter galleries and dealers are doing is they're buying up whatever the artist dies, they had a bunch of paintings left over. The family had paintings, so they buy 100 paintings, 500 paintings at a time, whatever they can get their hands on, right? And then they create a false narrative. They create a narrative. No, I shouldn't say false. They create a narrative. They create a story. And the whole mythologization, just like what they do with Basquiat. By the way, Basquiat, same type of thing, except, on a much shorter time horizon, right? And all of a sudden, prices go up. And we've seen prices go up 500% or more. Look at this artist, Joan Mitchell. Joan Mitchell prices are going bananas. I think, what did she hit? 10 million? Joan Mitchell was a crappy artist. Seriously, Joan Mitchell really was, came from a wealthy family, was a hoe. She was a hua. And she didn't have any talent. I mean, she was good. Don't get me wrong, she was good, but she was never a great artist. But all of a sudden, people want the female artist. Why? Because, it's a novelty. People want the new thing. Okay, also black artists. By the way, the black artist thing has been going on for a while, but black artists, and, by the way, 10, 15 years ago, those were the things like this channel. Well, I wasn't doing this channel. I was in the art business, but, that's the stuff we were focusing on, right? Black artists. When I say black, I'm talking about African American. I'm not talking about from Africa. Although, actually, Africa has some great artists. But African American artists of the 50s, 1950s through the 60s, that whole era, there was some some real incredible talent that was dirt cheap. Why? They were overlooked. They were overlooked because, the same reason women artists were overlooked. I mean, frankly, most collectors or galleries weren't taking them seriously back in the day. As a result, they never got the attention, so prices were cheap, right? And then at the same time, you have Middle Eastern artists. You always have different niches, right? And what these guys do is they try to buy it up, and then they try to. Oh, there's the boat that's going to bring Juan back to La Isla del Cucarachas. And then they try to pump it up. So same thing is happening in the watch market. The same thing is happening in the watch market, where you have these grifters build up inventory. They buy up a bunch of tomato can watches like Cartier, other things. They buy up what's the other brand? Universal Genève was also in that same type of pump and dump. Okay, same type of thing happening. Universal Genève was overlooked brand. dead in the water. And what these guys have been doing is, essentially, they're reviving the brand, right? They do a revival. They do like a revival where they create a narrative. They create a story. Actually, we used to, in the old days, we used to call it a story. Now the kids today, they call it a narrative because narrative, I guess, sounds fancier. You know, narrative sounds like a very, you know, sophisticated thing, right? So basically what these tomato cans are doing is they're creating a narrative around Universal Genève, other things. The geezer watch, as they call it, the geezer watch narrative. The geezer watch narrative. But those things are all à la poubelle. You know what that means? À la poubelle. That's right, trash. La basura. Basura. You know what basura is? You don't know what basura is? You Google it. Now, I think that's La Migra coming for Juan and Kino. La Migra coming for Juan and Kino. Unbelievable, but true. Okay, so how do you make money? How do you make money by taking advantage of these pump and dump games? How do you do that? Well, you gotta join the channel. You gotta become an aristocrat on this channel, because on this channel our whole focus is on making money. Okay, on this channel our whole focus is on making bigly and huge money, bigly and huge bigly money with watches. So what we want to do is we want to identify. We're identifying these trends. We are identifying. Wow. Oh my God, this varnishes off the hook, as the kids say, off the hook. Oh my God. You know how much it costs to do varnish like this? Wow. Oof. I've had to varnish, you know, when I had a yacht and I had to varnish. Well, not me, but I had to pay some gentlemen's to varnish, and it was a fortune. And this thing must cost, wow. I don't even know. Oh my God, this rail goes all the way. This has got to be like 10 grand. I mean, just to put on some, maybe more. I don't even know. But look at this. This is glass. This is glass. Oh my God. It gets even better. Shit. This is some fancy varnish. Wow. I mean, this is a beautiful job that these guys did. Oh my God. This is a varnish job. Yeah, by the way, a big lesson. Do not get a yacht that needs rails varnished, okay? Or you're going to be basically getting that done every couple of years, and it's a pain in the ass, and it costs huge and bigly. So the point is, my friends, that what are we talking about? We got distracted with the varnish. Yeah. Okay. Back to the topic. So look, the whole idea is we want to leverage. We want to ride those. We want to piggyback on the tomato can, on the tomato can pump and dump. We want to piggyback. So we want to identify. We got to identify watches that right now are unappreciated, underappreciated, undervalued. Okay, underappreciated, undervalued, but at the same time, they have a solid story. They have a solid, brand behind them, right? Audemars Piguet, solid brand. It's not going anywhere, okay? And at the same time, they have to be rare enough. They can't be like, oh my God, there's only one watch. No, it's got to be like there's production. There's got to be production out there. You want, decent amount of out there, so that creates liquidity and interest in the market, okay? You got to have liquidity and interest, so you need to have enough variations out there, okay? Let's say Royal Oak. There's thousands of Royal Oaks out there, right? So the reason why the Royal Oak market took off was, there was enough of them out there, so to create interest. It can't be like some rare thing where it's an independent and they only make 5 watches. I mean that's a whole different animal. But you want to have stuff where there's enough of it out there. You have the security of the brand, and then all you need now to make the prices go up, frankly, is the narrative. So right now, the narrative around the Ellipse. What's the narrative around the Ellipse? I don't know. Oh my God, look at this rail. By the way, this rail hang on a second. This rail, no, this is no joke. This rail has got to be, this must have cost 50 grand. I mean, it's got to be 50 grand. I mean, this rail, this varnish is just going on and on. Holy shit. The amount of work this is crazy. I can't imagine. I can't imagine this. This is like crazy. Anyhow, the ellipse story. I don't know what the ellipse story is. But I'll tell you what the Patek 3940 story is. That one I know about. Okay, so the 3940 story is, okay, what's the 3940 story? Why is that watch going up, and why is it going to go to 200 grand? I believe the Patek 3940 will be 150 grand in the next, maybe 2 years, okay? Why? Number one is, look, Patek Philippe, watch collectors love Patek Philippe. Okay, whatever. But in terms of perpetual calendars, complications, that's really their flagship. That was the blue chip, the flagship of Patek Philippe, the perpetual calendar. That's that's their flagship. Forget about the chronograph. Forget about this perpetual chronograph. That is for tomato cans. It really is for tomato cans, okay? It's for peasants, okay? Aristocrats do not need to have a timer. You understand that? Aristocrats do not need a timer. That's what the servants are for, okay? You show me somebody wearing a Rolex Daytona or a Omega, what is it called? The Man on the Moon, whatever. Omega Speedmaster. That's basically a peasant, okay? A real aristocrat will have a servant. They'll have staff who are, using timers. They have a digital timer to time the yak to races and whatever they need to time it. Okay, you got staff to do that. Okay, I'm too busy. Okay, I'm too important to be, getting involved with timing. It means basically that you're focused. You're not focused on the event. You're focused on the timing. Do you understand? There's a nuance there, right? Because look, when I have my thoroughbred horses, my Kentucky Derby winning horses, they're in training, right, and they're running around. I'm not looking at the clock. I tell one of my servants, Jeeves, to time the laps, right? I'm looking at the horse. I'm too busy focused on the horse and enjoying my horses, right? The servants are the ones whose job it is to time it properly, and they use digital timers, right? That's what happens. Okay, so when my servants put on this varnish, I'm not looking at my Rolex Daytona, because I'm too important and too busy. I have staff that monitor the varnishers, and they have whips. So if they're working too slowly, the whip gets cracked. That's right. That's what happens. Okay. But that's why you have to have staff. So you show me somebody with a chronograph, and you're showing me a peasant, basically. Okay, you understand that? So again, you got to join the channel. You got to become an aristocrat. You got to click the join button. $4.95 a month. What are the benefits? Number one is instantly you become a baron. Okay, your name is now baron or whatever it is, right? So you're an aristocrat, which means during our live streams you're going to get first priority. Everybody is going to know that you are an aristocrat. Okay. And I don't even bother talking to peasants on the live streams. I am too busy. I can't let the unwashed masses interrupt the flow. I only address the aristocrats. Okay, the peasants can watch. They can watch. They can press their noses. They can press their dirty noses against the glass as we gatekeep. That's right, gatekeeping. That's the new word, gatekeep. This channel is all about gatekeeping. We can't have the information out there for the unwashed masses. Okay, it's only for the secret society of the Watch Reporter channel. Now, the other benefit that you get is we're going to give you a free watch collection review. That's right. We're going to give you a free watch collection review. That's a $500 value. Yours free. All you got to do, again, a custom video. You got questions? You got questions about the watch market? Whatever you got questions, we're here We're here to help, okay? All you got to do is take some pictures of your watches, your collection, send the email to brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com, and we'll do a video for you, okay? For a limited time only, okay? And what's the other benefit? Oh yeah, you get access to our top secret content. You get access to our top secret content for viewing in a peasant-free environment. Viewing in a peasant-free environment. That's what you need, my friends. You can't have the peasants watching the same things you are, because then they're going to have the same knowledge that you're going to have. We can't have that. We cannot have that. Unbelievable but true. So that's it, my friends. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. And so what's going to be the next watch that's going to be part of the pump and dump? Well, you got to stay tuned. We got a couple of these things that are going to get pumped to the moon, and we're going to ride those trends. We got a couple watches I think can be doubling and more. So make sure you join the channel as an aristocrat to get notified, so that you can become a Rolex billionaire.